Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's video, let us discuss how to solve the example of profit prior to incorporation. In the last lecture, I have explained you what do you mean by profit prior to incorporation, then on what basis the income and expenses to be distributed or to be allocated to in pre-incorporation and in post-incorporation. So today we are going to see how to solve the examples of profit prior to incorporation. So this is the example on the screen. You can see Gangotri Private Limited. Gangotri Private Limited, Gangapur was incorporated. Incorporated means it was registered on 1st May 2018 to acquire the running business from 1st Jan 2018. The following is the profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 2018. Now how to solve profit prior to incorporation example. Now see, the income and expenses will be given, and this income and expenses we have to distribute or allocate on the basis of time ratio, sales ratio, and there are some income and expenses which are only applicable to pre and for post. Okay, so now to remove time ratio and sale ratio, we have to see the incorporation date. Okay, so these dates are very important. So Gangotri Private Limited was incorporated on 31st May 2018 to acquire the running business from 1st Jan 2018, and the financial close was on 31st December 2018. So this is the profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 2018. So these are the debit side items, and these are the credit side items like office rent, salary staff, director fees, and so on. Now there are some additional information given in this example. So first what we have to do, first we will mark the adjustment, okay, and then we will see these expenses, okay, on which basis these expenses are to be allocated. So now first information is what? Sales for the year were 6 lakh rupees, of which sales up to 1st May were 2,50,000. So this is related to sales. Next is purchase consideration was paid to the vendors on 1st July 2018. So this adjustment is related to vendors. Okay, so tick mark where is vendors in the question. So here is vendor. So we have adjustment on interest to vendors. Next adjustment is of the total bad debts, rupees 500 were related to debt prior to incorporation. Debt prior to incorporation, that means the adjustment is of bad debts. So tick mark bad debts. Okay, so that means total 2 adjustments we have. Now next what we will do, first of all we need to know on which basis or on what basis this particulars like office rent is to be allocated. Okay, so in the last lecture I have showed you the list of the basis of allocation on the basis of time ratio, means some expenses are fixed expenses, and these fixed expenses are to be allocated on the basis of time ratio. Then there are some expenses like variable expenses are to be distributed in the sales ratio, and some expenses are particularly applicable only to pre-incorporation and for post-incorporation. So I will share this table with you. So time ratio, sales ratio, and some expenses which are applicable to pre-incorporation period only and application to the post-incorporation only. So in time we have rent, rate, taxes, insurance, depreciation, postage, salary, and so on, stationery, establishment expenses, and etc. So first we will see office rent. Okay, so office rent comes under what? Time ratio. Okay, so we will distribute office rent on the basis of time. So we will write here time. Next is staff salary. Staff salary is also time expenses. Okay, fixed expenses. So we have to allocate on time basis. Director's fees. Let's check where is director fees. You can see director fees under the heading of applicable to post incorporation period only. So director fees we will give the entry directly in post incorporation. Then debentures interest. Interest on debentures post. Carriage. Carriage is a part of sales ratio. Carriage outward or carriage inward. So sales. Audit fees post. Depreciation on assets time. On time basis we have to allocate a depreciation on assets. So some part of depreciation of assets will go in pre-incorporation and some part will go in the post-incorporation. Now interest to vendor we have adjustment. So actual, write actual. I will explain you how to find the interest to vendors. Then office expenses time. Publicity charge, sales ratio. Under sales ratio check publicity charges. Yes, it is under publicity. Yes, publicity charges are under sales ratio. So distribute publicity charges on the basis of sales ratio. Then printing time. Discount allowed sales. Bad debts we have adjustment. So actual. Next to the credit side we have gross profit as well as sales. Okay, sales we have to find the sales ratio. So gross profit is to be distributed on sales ratio. Okay, so now we have come to know that this expenses like office rent is to be distributed on time ratio, director fees post, and so on. Okay, so now what we have to do? First of all, we have to prepare a working note. In working note, 3 dates we have to note down, and on the basis of 3 dates we can find time ratio. Okay, and we have to find sales ratio. So first in working note we have to find the purchase date. Okay, now on which date the Gangotri Private Limited took over the business. Okay, so this business was took over by Gangotri Private Limited on 1st January 2018. So in the purchase date you will write 1st Jan 1st Jan 2018. Okay, so purchase date was 1st Jan 2018. Next date we have to find the date of incorporation. So when Gangotri Private Limited was incorporated on 1st May 2018. 1st May 2018. Next date we have to find date of financial close, means when was this financial year ended. So date ending is, the year is ending on 31st December 2018. 31st December 2018. Okay, now we can identify by taking the purchase date, taking the incorporation date, and taking the date of financial close. We have to find how many months are of pre-incorporation and how many months are of post-incorporation. So pre-incorporation incorporation months and post incorporation months. So date of purchase is 1st Jan and date of incorporation is 1st May. That means from 1st Jan to 1st May, how many months will be there? 1st Jan, Feb, March, April, okay, and 1st May is the year month. 1st May is the month of beginning month, okay. So Jan, Feb, March and April. Total how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 months are of pre-incorporation. That means prior to incorporation. Incorporation was on 1st May, and then from 1st May to 31st December 2018, how many months? 8 months. Okay, so these 8 months are related to which incorporation? To post-incorporation. Okay, are you understanding? So the months before incorporation are Jan, Feb, March, April. So these months will be called as pre-incorporation. Okay, and after incorporation means after 1st May 2018 to 31st December 2018 is post-incorporation. So from 1st May to 31st December, how many months are there? 8 months are there. Okay, so now on the basis of this months, okay, we have to find time ratio. So for time ratio, pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. So in pre, how many months are there? 4 months. And in post-incorporation we have 8 months. Okay, so now 4 ones are 4 twos are 8. So time ratio we got as 1:2. Time ratio is 1:2. Next we have to find sales ratio. Next we will find sales ratio. So sales ratio, pre and post. Now in additional information they have said that sale for the year means from 1st Jan to 31st December sales was 6 lakh rupees. Okay, total sales is 6 lakh rupees. 6 lakh rupees. Now after that they have said that of which sales up to 1st May were 2,50,000 50,000. That means from 1st Jan to 1st May, the sales were 2,50,000. That means total from 1st Jan to 31st December, total sales were 6 lakh rupees. And they are saying that from up to 1st May, from 1st Jan to 1st May means pre-incorporation months. They are saying for 4 months the sales were 2,50,000. So from total sales, okay, minus 2,50,000, remaining is 3,50,000. So for pre-incorporation sales is 2,50,000, and from this from 6 lakhs 2,50,000 is for pre-incorporation, and remaining 3,50,000 is of post-incorporation. Okay, so now find the sales ratio. 0 0 get cancelled, 5 5s are 25, 5 7s are 35. So sales ratio we get 5:7. Okay, 5:7. So total time ratio is 1:2. Sales ratio is 5:7. Okay, so as per the format, we have got time ratio, we have got sales ratio. Now next we have to prepare the statement showing profit prior to and post incorporation for the year 31st December 2018. So you have to prepare this table. Okay, so in the books of Gangotri Private Limited, statement showing profit prior to and post incorporation for the year 31st December 2018. So particulars, basis, ratio, total, pre-incorporation. Under pre-incorporation there are 2 columns, rupees, debit, rupees and rupees. So this side, okay, the left hand side is the debit side and the right hand side is the credit side. So for same, for post incorporation also, this side is debit side and other side is credit side. Okay, so this side is debit and this side is credit. For pre-incorporation, this is debit side and this is credit side. For post incorporation, this is debit side, and for post incorporation, this is credit side. Okay, so now first, what is the first item? First we have to distribute gross profit, and gross profit we have to distribute on the basis of sales. So what is the amount of gross profit? 1,80,000. 1,80,000. So in particulars, first you will write gross profit we have to distribute on the basis of sales. What is the ratio of sales? Sale ratio is 5:4. 5:7. 5:7. That means in pre-incorporation it will go on the basis of 5, and in post-incorporation this amount will be distributed on the basis of 7. So total gross profit is 1,80,000. So how you will calculate? So 1,80,000 multiply by 5 divided by 12. So 75,000 is to give is to this 75,000 is the gross profit of pre-incorporation, and this gross profit you are going to write in credit side, and remaining one for post incorporation divided by 12. So 1,05,000 is the gross profit of post incorporation. Okay, so gross profit we have distributed. Next is office rent. Office rent we have to give on the basis of time, and what is the office rent amount? 9,000. Office rent. Now office rent you will write the amount in debit side. Basis time. Time ratio is 1:2. Total of office rent is 9,000. So distribute 9,000 on the basis of time ratio. 9,000 multiply by 1 divided by 3. So 3,000 is the office rent of pre-incorporation, and for post-incorporation 9,000 multiply by 2 divided by 3. So 6,000 is the office rent for post-incorporation. After office rent, staff salary is 15,000, and staff salary is to be allocated on the basis of time, and time ratio is 1:2. Staff salary is 15,000. So if you distribute 15,000 on the basis of time ratio 1:2, for pre-incorporation we get 5,000, and for post-incorporation we get 10,000. After staff salary, director's fees, and director fees is related to post-incorporation. So director's fees basis post, and in ratio. For post there is no ratio, and what is the amount of director fees? 4,800. This blank, and directly write 4,800 in post incorporation, because director fees is only applicable to post incorporation, means after incorporation this entry will come. After director fees, debentures interest, and the entry is to be posted in post incorporation. What is the amount of debentures interest? 5,000. So after directors fees, debentures interest in basis post, total of debenture interest is 5,000. Write the entry, write the amount under post incorporation debit side 5,000. After debentures interest, carriage is to be allocated on the basis of sales ratio, and what is the amount of carriage? 3,600. basis sales, ratio of sale is 5:7, carriage amount is 3600. So distribute 3600 on sales ratio, that is 5:7. 3600 multiply by 5 divided by 12. So 1500 is of pre. So for pre, out of 3600, 1000 is of pre, and for post 2100. After carriage, audit fees is related to post, and the amount of audit fees is 1700. Carriage audit fees is basis is post. Audit fees total is 1700. Write directly under the post incorporation column. After audit fees, we have depreciation on assets. We have to distribute on the basis of time ratio, and depreciation on assets amount is 24,000. Depreciation on assets is time ratio. Time ratio is 1:2. Total is 24,000. So distribute 24,000 on the basis of time ratio. So for pre-incorporation it will come 8,000, and for post-incorporation it is 16,000. So how did I get for pre-incorporation 8,000? So 24,000 multiplied by 1 divided by 3. So 8,000. Next for post-incorporation, 24,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 3, 16,000. After depreciation on assets, next entry is of interest to vendor, and we have adjustment on interest to vendor. So let's see what is the adjustment on interest to vendor. So adjustment number B, purchase consideration was paid to vendor on 1st July 2018. Okay, so let's solve purchase to vendor. Write working note number 2, that is interest to vendor. So interest to vendor is how much? 3,000, and this purchase settlement was done on 1st July 2018. So total purchase to vendor is 3,000, and it was settled on 1st July. Okay, I'm writing the date here, 1st July 2018. Now how to solve this adjustment? Pay attention here. Write 3 dates. Okay, first date of purchase, date of incorporation, and date of settlement. Now see, total interest to vendor is 3,000. Okay, and this 3,000 we have to give to pre-incorporation also and to post-incorporation also. So when was the purchase date? 1st Jan. And when was the this thing? Date of incorporation 1st May 2018. Okay, so purchase date is 1st Jan 2018. Incorporation date is 1st May 2018, and settlement date is, which is given in the adjustment is purchase consideration was paid to vendor on 1st July 2018. That means this is the settlement date, 1st July 2018. 1st July 2018. Okay, now see, date of purchase to date of incorporation is of, this period is called as pre-incorporation, right? And after incorporation the period is called as post-incorporation. Okay, post-incorporation. So from 1st Jan to 1st May, how many months are there? Jan, Feb, March, April, okay, and 1st May. That means total there are 4 months. And after incorporation, count the months till the month of settlement. So May, June. Why we are not taking July? Because settlement date is 1st July. Okay, so how many months? 2 months. Okay, and this 3000 we have to distribute in pre and in post. So 2 ones are 2 twos are 4, ratio is 2:1. So this 3000 we have to distribute to pre-incorporation on the basis of 2, and for post-incorporation we have to distribute on the basis of 1. So 3000 multiplied by 2 divided by 3, we get 2000. Okay, and 3000 multiplied by 1 divided by 3, we get 1000. Okay, so 2000 we have to give to pre-incorporation and 1000 we have to give to post-incorporation. This interest to vendor 3000 is distributed in pre-incorporation and in post-incorporation. So 2000 is of pre-incorporation and 1000 is of post-incorporation. Okay, so here write interest to vendor. Now under the column of basis you will write actual. Why? Because adjustment was there. An explanation of this adjustment of interest to vendor we have did here. Okay, so this is the working note, and total of interest to vendor is 3000. So for pre-incorporation amount is 2000 and for post-incorporation amount is 1000. After interest to vendor we have office expenses. We have to distribute on the basis of time, and amount of office expenses is 4800. Office expenses we have to distribute on the basis of time. Time ratio is 1:2. Total of office expenses is 4800. So for pre-incorporation, out of 4,800, 1,600 it will be of pre, and remaining 3,200 is of post-incorporation. After office expenses, we have publicity charges. Publicity charges is to be distributed on the basis of sales, and publicity charges amount is 18,000. Publicity charges on the basis of sales. Sales ratio is 5:7, and publicity charges amount is 18,000. So in pre-incorporation, we get 18,000 multiplied by 5 divided by 12. 7,500 is of pre-incorporation, and divide by 7. So 18,000 multiplied by 7 divided by 12. So 10,500 is of post. 1,500 is of post. After publicity charges, printing. Printing is to be given on the basis of time. For printing, amount is 3,600. Printing time ratio is 1:2, and printing amount is 3,600. So out of 3,600, on the basis of ratio 1:2, for pre 1,200 and for post 2,400. After printing, discount allowed. Discount allowed is on the basis of sales. Amount is 6,000 rupees. Discount allowed ratio is sales ratio is 5:7. Total is discount allowed is 6,000, and out of 6,000 for pre-incorporation amount will come 2,500, and for post-incorporation it will be 3,500. Okay, mean 2,500 is of pre and 3,500 is of post. Okay, after discount allowed, we have bad debts. Bad debts, we have adjustment. Bad debts total is 1,500. Let's read the adjustment. So of the total bad debts, means total bad debt is 1,500. Okay, rupees 500 were related to debts prior to incorporation, means out of 1,500, 500 is related to prior. Prior means pre-incorporation. So 1,500 minus 500, 1,000 is remaining. That means this 500 is related to pre and this 1,000 is related to post. Okay, so bad debts actual total is 1,500. In adjustment they said that 500 is related to pre and remaining 1,000 is related to post incorporation. So we have passed all the entries of expenses, okay, on the basis of time ratio and on the basis of sales ratio to pre-incorporation and to post-incorporation. Next we have to find the net profit. Okay, so whatever profit we are going to earn for pre-incorporation, it will be called as capital profit, and whatever profit we are going to earn in post-incorporation, it will be called as revenue profit. So close, check the credit column, add the credit column, and add all the debit column. So total, so post incorporation credit side is 1,05,000, and the total of debit side of post incorporation, this is less. What is the difference? Right under net profit, so difference we will get 37,800. Now next is, so the difference you will write under the heading net profit under post incorporation. Okay, so difference is 37,800. So this 37,800 is what? Revenue profit for post incorporation. Now for pre-tally, 75,000, add 3,000, 5,000, 1,500, 8,000, 2,000, 1,600, 1,700, 1,200, 2,500 and 500. So difference is, so credit side is more and debit side is less. So it is what? Profit. Okay, so the difference is 42,200, and this 42,200 is capital profit for pre-incorporation. Okay, so if you say, if you add 37,000, if you add 37,800 plus 42,200, you will get 80,000. So total is what? 80,000. So if you check the this net profit 80,000, in the question also you will get net profit carried down 80,000. That means our sum is correct. Okay, so next line you will write. So next you will write, so now debit side of pre-incorporation and credit side of pre-incorporation total is same, tally, and post-incorporation also both debit side and credit side is tally. Okay, so next you will write total net profit is, total net profit is equals to 80,000. Okay, so profit of pre-incorporation, is 42,200, and this will be called as capital profit, and profit of post incorporation is equals to 37,800, and this profit we will call as revenue profit. Okay, so in this way you have to find profit prior to incorporation. So this is, I hope you have understood how to find the statement showing profit prior to incorporation and post incorporation. So this is the table: particular basis, ratio, total, pre-incorporation amount, debit and credit. And just remember one thing, that this items, this expenses, okay, particular expenses is to be distributed on which ratio, okay, time ratio, sales ratio, post incorporation or pre-incorporation. So this chart is very important, okay, this chart is very important to know that which expenses goes under which basis. Like for example, insurance come under time ratio, then bad debts, it comes under sales ratio, then partner's salary, it will be applicable only to pre-incorporation, and like director fees, formation expenses will be applicable to post-incorporation. So this chart is very important to study. Okay, so total, in time ratio total there are 25 expenses, in sales ratio there are total for 24, and plus gross profit we have to distribute on the basis of sales ratio, and in post incorporation total the expenses are 20 expenses, and in pre-incorporation there are 3 expenses. Okay, so I hope you have understood how to solve the statement showing profit prior to incorporation. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.